Welcome back to another Explainer, where we take complex research and break it down into clear, actionable takeaways. If you're focused on optimizing your health and hitting those fitness milestones, you are in exactly the right place. So let's jump right into it. Today, we're shining a spotlight on a hidden roadblock that might be secretly undermining all of your hard work.
Look, we've all been there, right? You're meticulously tracking your meals. You're maintaining a strict calorie deficit. You're pushing yourself to the absolute limit at the gym. But when you step on the scale or check the mirror, your progress is just completely stalled. It is incredibly frustrating to feel like you're doing absolutely everything right, but your body just isn't responding the way the math says it should.
Well, according to our source material today, the culprit might be hiding right in plain sight, or rather, in your glass. We're talking about alcohol, and not just heavy drinking either. The research shows that even moderate, seemingly harmless social drinking could be the silent saboteur halting your weight loss progress dead in its tracks.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll look at the silent saboteur, the empty calorie trap, how your fat-burning engine stalled, the hormonal domino effect, and finally, the ultimate turbo boost.
Section 1. The silent weight loss saboteur. Let's take a quick look at the medical insights grounding today's explainer.
So, the insights we're diving into come from Dr. Samaya, and she isn't just a registered dietitian, she is a qualified physician with over 16 years of clinical experience. The data we're looking at is backed by over 80,000 successful patient transformations. That's 80,000. We're looking at a totally unique 360-degree approach to health management that has completely revolutionized patient care. So when she identifies a major roadblock, we should absolutely be paying attention.
Moving on to Section 2, the empty calorie trap. Let's break down the actual math behind drinking.
The math here reveals a pretty surprising single digit, and that is 7. Alcohol packs an incredibly dense caloric punch, literally containing exactly 7 calories per gram. To put that into perspective for you, your standard carbohydrates and proteins only contain 4 calories per gram.
So the crucial takeaway here is that alcohol is incredibly heavy in terms of energy. When you stack it right up against dietary fat, which contains 9 calories per gram, you can clearly see that alcohol is second only to pure fat in its caloric density. It is so ridiculously easy to accidentally consume a massive amount of energy in liquid form without even realizing you're doing it.
But here's the real kicker. These aren't just normal calories. They're what we call empty calories, meaning they offer absolutely zero essential nutrients to your body. No vitamins, no minerals, no fiber, zero protein. Even just a single beverage can instantly add 100 to over 250 of these empty calories to your day, totally derailing a carefully planned calorie deficit. In fact, this trap is so severe that the World Health Organization specifically identifies excessive alcohol consumption as a major contributor to the global obesity epidemic.
All right, Section 3. Your fat-burning engine stalled. Let's look under the hood.
I absolutely love this analogy from Dr. Samaya. She says to think of alcohol as a detour sign for your fat-burning engine. You see, when you consume alcohol, your body doesn't treat it like a normal macronutrient. It actively treats it as a biological toxin. And because it's a toxin, your system works overtime to eliminate it first, pushing everything else to the back burner. What does that mean for you? It means your body temporarily puts fat metabolism completely on hold. It stalls fat oxidation entirely. So repeated drinking can absolutely stall your fat loss, even if you are meticulously maintaining that calorie deficit we just talked about. Your body is just way too busy dealing with the alcohol to burn any fat for energy.
And over time, this builds into a much larger burden on your internal organs. Regular consumption totally overworks your liver, which is the absolute control center for detoxification and metabolism. This can lead to a condition called alcohol-induced steatosis, basically a fatty liver, which you can see defined right here. When your liver is heavily burdened by processing alcohol, it severely delays the processing of vital nutrients, fats, and hormones. Your entire metabolic engine effectively just grinds to a halt.
Which brings us to Section 4, the hormonal domino effect, because the impact goes way beyond just the glass. First up, we have the impact on your appetite. We all know alcohol impairs your judgment and lowers inhibitions, right? It's exactly what leads to that infamous late-night pizza run after a night out. But it isn't just a lack of willpower, it is actually chemical. Alcohol literally stimulates appetite-regulating hormones like ghrelin, which dramatically ramps up your feeling of hunger. According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, this consumption significantly increases your food intake, specifically driving you toward high-fat, high-sugar, and super savory snacks. It's basically a chemical cocktail perfectly designed to undo your healthy eating habits.
Next, let's look at the broader hormonal disruption. For men, alcohol can negatively affect testosterone levels. For women, it alters estrogen balance. Now, why does this matter for weight loss? Well, because poor hormone regulation directly impacts how your body builds and maintains lean muscle tissue. And since muscle tissue burns significantly more calories at rest than fat tissue does, this disruption indirectly decreases your resting metabolic rate. It literally forces your body to burn fewer calories just existing.
And then there's the sleep disruption cascade. Sure, a drink might make you feel a bit drowsy initially, but it completely wrecks your actual sleep architecture. It reduces crucial REM sleep and causes you to wake up frequently throughout the night. This poor sleep leads to higher levels of the stress hormone cortisol, which directly increases your cravings and reduces your insulin sensitivity. It is a perfect storm for promoting fat storage. Like Dr. Samaya notes, alcohol steals away the precious restorative hours that are the absolute cornerstone of weight management.
This flows perfectly into our next point, hydration. Because alcohol is a diuretic, it promotes rapid fluid loss and heavily depletes your body of essential electrolytes. Naturally, this impairs your exercise performance and your recovery the next day. But far more dangerously, this deep dehydration very cleverly masks itself as hunger.
This quote from the clinic is an incredibly valuable, totally actionable takeaway. Your body is practically screaming out for hydration, but your brain misinterprets that signal as a need for calories. So the next time you feel those phantom cravings creeping up, especially after a social event, just pause. Hydrate first with some water or herbal tea before you accidentally break your diet based on a totally false hunger cue.
And finally, Section 5, the ultimate turbo boost. Let's talk about the solution. If you are truly serious about your fitness and weight loss goals, the recommendation from the medical and nutritional experts is remarkably straightforward. Eliminate the alcohol intake. Instead of drinking empty calories that stall your metabolism and wreak havoc on your hormones, you have some fantastic, hydrating alternatives. Opt for herbal teas, try water infused with fresh fruit, or simply go for diluted lemon water. You still get to participate in the social ritual of having a drink in your hand, but you are actively supporting your body's recovery instead of fighting it.
I really want to highlight this powerful concluding thought from Dr. Samaya. When you remove this biological toxin from your system, your liver is finally freed up to process fats normally again. Your hormones rebalance, your sleep deepens, your cravings subside. You aren't just removing empty calories, you are literally turbocharging your body's natural fat-burning engine.
Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. The data is clear. The biology is just undeniable. We've seen exactly how those seemingly innocent drinks operate as a silent saboteur to your absolute hardest efforts. You have the knowledge now, so the only thing left to ask yourself is this: are you ready to trade empty calories for real, undeniable progress?